Honestly, like pretty much fell in love instantly. Literally the easiest thing to remove waterproof mascara. It's just so affordable and such an easy cleanser to use. Minasan konnichiwa, this is Tina and welcome back to my channel. In this video, we're going to be talking about the best cleansers of 2022. If that sounds like your thing, then please go ahead and channel登録しちゃってください。So we are kicking off the Best of Skincare 2022 series with cleansers. Now in the past, I basically just made one very long video talking about all of my favorite skincare products of that year. But this year, I'm gonna milk it. I'm going to make a video per product category that I thought was the most superior, or the ones that I reached for the most that year. So I really hope you guys enjoy this series. There's gonna be many of them. Make sure you subscribe now and to also press that notification button so you know when there's a new video out. So yeah, I'm pretty excited. So let's get this going. So in this video, I have gathered all types of cleansing products, both first and second step. The first one I have is the Klairs Gentle Black Fresh Cleansing Oil. So I did discover this one a little bit more recently compared to the other cleansers that I have today. And I actually discovered it in the process of curating my first ever skincare box, the Tina's Treats with Wish Trend. I still can't get over it, like highlight of my life. But I wanted to include a first step cleanse, and I actually hadn't tried any of Wish Trend's ones before. And I went for this one and honestly like pretty much fell in love instantly because I felt like it was a fairly similar dupe to my Holy Grail MUJI Mild Cleansing Oil. Now, of course, I use this cleansing oil like non-stop this year as well, but the problem with this one is that I always found it was hard for you guys to purchase since MUJI isn't really readily available on third-party sellers. They usually only sell it through actual physical stores or their online stores. Super excited to finally find another cleanser that I felt like basically lived up to my Holy Grail one. The reason why I like it is lightweight. It doesn't feel heavy on the skin. It does remove waterproof makeup well as well. It emulsifies easily, washes off easily, and doesn't leave any of that stickiness behind. The only thing that I feel like compared to the MUJI one that it doesn't do is that it doesn't work as well on wet hands and face, which is pretty normal. Like most cleansing oils don't. It is a cleansing oil characteristic that a lot of Japanese oil cleansers have. Like they always make it so you can use it in wet situations, since a lot of people do remove their makeup in the kind of bathroom cubicles that they have in Japan. So the main oil ingredients in this one is sunflower seed, grapeseed, and jojoba oil. And the MUJI one is actually olive and then jojoba and sunflower seeds. So the ingredients are also pretty similar in terms of the main oil ingredients in it. Actually, this one only has 6 ingredients. It is a super simple ingredients list, but really is effective and a very enjoyable oil cleanser to use. If you had the opportunity to purchase Tina's Treats, maybe you would have tried it already. And as I said, the best thing about this one is that it is available on so many different sites. I know Amazon US has it, Wish Trend has it, of course, Yes Style and Stylovana and all of those have it too. So definitely a new discovery of a cleansing oil this year, and I enjoyed it very much. Next, I have the numbuzin Easy Peasy Cleansing Oil. Another K-beauty brand that I absolutely adore. I know you guys know that I love numbuzin already. Like I know I don't have to repeat it again, but here it is anyway. This is actually the new version of the Easy Peasy Cleansing Oil. Whenever I mentioned it in the past, I always showed this one, which is the older design. It is quick clean. Obviously, you can see that I'm so close to finishing it, and I just got the new one, so I was just like, yes, I'll just show you guys what it's actually supposed to look like now. Again, it is nice and lightweight. It doesn't feel heavy on the skin, and it does remove waterproof makeup very well too. I also feel like it's a really good one when you do want to do a deep cleanse, if you want to kind of help to melt down those blackheads, the clogged pores on your nose, and areas that you tend to get more oily in the T-zone. I feel like it does do a really good job of melting that away. So this one uses corn and macadamia oil as the main oil ingredients, and is also said to be really good in removing fine dust, which I know is like a big issue. I don't know if issue is the right word, but like a thing in Korea where they get a lot of air pollution. So it is said to be really good for removal of that as well. Once again, this one does have a fairly simple ingredients list, although it does contain fragrance. The last cleansing oil I have to mention is the Factory Pure Cleansing Oil. I actually haven't used this one as much as the other ones. I feel like you can see it's like not that empty because a little goes a long way. This one I feel like does have a little bit of a thicker texture compared to the others. So for those who don't really like something that feels heavy or thick on the skin, maybe you won't like it as much, but it is such a luxurious cleansing oil. It just feels so nice. It actually uses 14 different types of plant oil ingredients, and it does contain fragrance from memory, but it's such a nice fragrance. Like, it honestly feels like, yeah, to me it feels like a spa experience. So whenever I want like a self-care, wind down and cleanse the day off of my face kind of cleanser, this is the one I reach for because it does just give you that like treat yourself moment with this cleanser. This one again removes all types of makeup fine, and yeah, I guess those are my cleansing oil picks of this year. A point makeup remover, and it is the Heroine Make Speedy Mascara Remover. I feel like every Get Unready With Me or skincare routine video I have mentioned this because it is literally the easiest thing to remove waterproof mascara. In the past, I stopped wearing waterproof mascara for a while just because it was so hard to remove. Like, that was basically the only reason why. I loved how it looked, I loved how it stayed. A lot of the mascaras that I use now are waterproof and super waterproof, like they do not budge, and they do tend to work better for Asian lashes. This is the reason why I can continue to wear waterproof mascaras, because basically you brush this on dry lashes and then wait for like a minute, or you can even move on to your oil cleanser and start cleansing the rest of your face. And basically the oils in this work to break down that waterproof mascara, and then by the time you're cleansing the rest of your face, it just slips off. Like, trust me, if you have struggled in removing waterproof mascara, you have to try this. It is made up of tsubaki oil, which is a type of like flower oil that is common in Japanese hair care and skincare and such, almond oil and argan oil to break down that makeup. And yeah, it literally works like magic. I have had people ask that, isn't it like unsanitary to put it back in, which I totally get. Like, I understand that it probably would be unsanitary and a lot of people don't like that fact, but for me, like, I put it on my lashes and then I wash it off. Like, I don't leave it on there for long enough to really affect me, at least, and I have not had any issues thus far. So obviously that's totally up to you. I personally don't recommend actually washing this because you would have to wash it completely and dry it completely before putting it back. Also, you have to like leave it open until you clean and dry this and all that, and I feel like that's like a lot. So if you don't like the kind of concept of it, I recommend just using a point makeup remover, but for me it is a must-have. Oh, I guess it's not an oil cleanser, but it is still a first step cleanse. I actually have the MUJI Mild Milk Cleansing. This one is considered to be a first step cleanser, but it is a milk cleanser. I have been on the hunt of some good milk cleansers because they are very, very gentle, and if you do have dry skin like me, they are a great type of cleanser to use since they are less stripping of the natural oils of your skin. I personally like to use milk cleansing products whenever I have really light makeup. Like, obviously today where I'm wearing a fair bit of eye makeup and lip makeup, I am going to use something that's going to remove it a lot easier, but on days where I'm wearing just like a BB cream or even just sunscreen, a milk cleanser is plenty to remove it. I've tried a couple this year and I felt like the MUJI one was the most elegant in texture and felt the most comfortable on the skin, and also like it's so simple, and I love going for something that's quite simple in cleansers since you are just going to wash it away. Unfortunately, it does contain some orange peel oil at the very bottom of the ingredients list. I personally love it. It adds this really nice kind of sweet citrus fragrance. Smells so good. And if you can get it in store, like even in Australia, I think it's less than $15, which is a pretty good deal for a cleanser. So if you do once again have the opportunity to go by a MUJI store, it's just unfortunate they don't do online to international places, but yeah, highly recommend both of these cleansers. Moving on to the second step cleanse. The first one I've got is the P.CALM UnderPore Foam Cleanser. So in recent times, I do feel like I have become more of a gel cleanser fan, and compared to in the past, I just don't use as many of that like paste form foaming cleansers as much. But the P.CALM one, which I feel like is kind of in between, it's not like a super thick paste, but it's also not like a gel. It is still like an opaque cleanser. I use this one way more than I realized. Like it's actually, yeah, like down here, and it is a, how big is this thing? 150 ml cleanser, so it's fairly big and almost down to the bottom of it. I will say Logan has also been using it a lot. I think it's been one of his go-to cleansers, and he does have more combo former kind of breakout prone, acne prone skin. So this cleanser is supposed to be one that helps to remove excess sebum, gives you that deep cleanse without irritating or overly stripping your skin, and I do feel like it does that. He can probably handle this type of cleanser like every day, all the time. For me, it is not a cleanser that I use every single day, but whenever I feel congested, like in the nose area, in my T-zone, when I'm feeling like a little rough, or my pores are just like not quite as clean as I would like them to be, this is the cleanser that I reach for. And even then, it still doesn't leave my skin feeling like tight or stripped at all. As you guys may know already, P.CALM's whole range is made for basically all skin types, but specifically for sensitive and acne prone skin, it is a gem. So if you do struggle with breakouts or overly congested skin, I highly recommend trying this cleanser out. The formula does include some BHA, which is going to really gently exfoliate your skin, as well as Azulene, which is going to be soothing. And then the other kind of everyday go-to cleanser that I have been non-stop using is the P.CALM Snail and Azulene Low pH Cleanser. So you guys know how much I love the Revectin Skin Essentials cleanser. I still love it. I still use it all of the time, but I kind of thought maybe you guys were sick of hearing about it because it has been my go-to cleanser for so long. So I feel like the P.CALM one has been kind of my new dupe of the Revectin. They are both a gel formula, super gentle, super like basic everyday cleanser that you don't have to worry about. You can use at any time, any day, because it is not going to overly strip your skin. But compared to the Revectin, I do feel like the P.CALM one is a little bit more looser in formula. It does also contain Snail, mucin and Azulene, which I feel like are a little bit more unique ingredients compared to the Revectin. So I have absolutely been loving it. And another cleanser that I often find missing because Logan has grabbed it and taken into the shower, because it has been one of his favorites as well. Other than that, there's not a whole lot to say. It is alcohol and fragrance free, so great for sensitive skin. As I said, it does have those soothing ingredients in it as well. I have often seen it for like less than $10 for like 200 mils. It's just so affordable and such an easy cleanser to use. Last product we've got today is actually the Nameraka Honpo Soy Milk Foaming Face Wash. Self-foaming cleansers are just so handy. So if you do have a significant other or a friend or family or someone you're trying to get into skincare, I highly recommend just getting a self-foaming cleanser, because it does, as you can see, this is like empty. Okay, we loved it so much we emptied it. Oh, this does not do justice. But when it is full, it does create a beautifully light, fluffy, kind of marshmallowy foam, which is such a joy to use. It does contain Sana Nameraka's signature ingredient, basically soy bean derivatives and extracts, and they are known to be really hydrating to the skin, and then also helps with slow aging. Again, it's nothing fancy, but it is really gentle, and for a self-foaming cleanser, one of the least stripping ones I've tried, and I do have dry and dehydrated skin. If you've always wanted to use like a foaming cleanser, but if you have really dry skin, this is definitely one that I can recommend. In Japan, it is super affordable. It's only 750 yen for 200 mils, and they actually do sell like refill pouches as well. I know some of you may be visiting Japan soon, so I definitely recommend to snag this while you're in Japan. My favorite self-foaming cleanser this year. Well, there you have it. That concludes the first Best of Skincare Awards of 2022. I do hope you guys enjoyed it, and make sure you keep your eyes peeled for the rest of the series. For the time being, definitely click one of these videos because I'm sure you will enjoy it. Check it out, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye! Mwah.